Right friends, welcome back to Facts and Figures for 12th week. Trivendra Singh Rawat is the 9th Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, and BJP recorded spectacular victories not only in Uttarakhand but also in Uttar Pradesh. 21st Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh is Yogi Adityanath. Original name is Ajay Singh Bist, and he is Member of Parliament since 1998 from Gorakhpur. Look into the next one. Already there are two tiger reserves, Corbett Tiger Reserve and Rajaji Tiger Reserve. These two tiger reserves are in Uttarakhand, and the state is going to declare two more tiger reserves, that is Nandhaur Wildlife Sanctuary and Surai Range. These two are going to become tiger reserves, and with this Uttarakhand will be the state in the northern part of the country with 4 tiger reserves. Another important aspect is Karnataka. Karnataka is the state with the largest population of tigers, and Uttarakhand comes second with 340 tigers as per 2015 tiger census. Look into the next one. Microcredit normally refers to the small credit up to rupees 1 lakh. So please don't forget, if someone talks about microcredit, it is up to rupees 1 lakh per individual, and all the credit up to rupees 1 lakh comes under microcredit. And another important aspect is, when it comes to capital market, people talk about retail investors always. The retail investors are the investors who invest up to rupees 2 lakh in stocks. So microcredit up to rupees 1 lakh, retail investors up to rupees 2 lakh. These things please don't forget. India's longest road tunnel of around 9 km length is going to be inaugurated by the Prime Minister, and this is a part of the 4-lane project between Jammu and Srinagar, situated at an elevation of around 1200 meters. Look into the next one. As per the parliamentary panel report, as on 1st January 2016, there is a shortfall of 1470 IAS officers, and the sanctioned strength is 6000 or so, and there are around 4926 incumbent officers. The sanctioned strength is 6396, and out of the 1470 vacancies, 900 are from direct recruitment quota for IAS, and here the capacity for training of IAS officers is only 180 per year as stated by the government, and the vacancies arose primarily because of 2 reasons. In fact, for the past 10 years, recruitment has been abnormally low. The second reason is restructuring was done, or you can say cadre review was done recently, and the number of posts increased. Look into the next one. The share of central excise revenue as percentage of indirect taxes increased from around 37% to 40% of indirect taxes. One important aspect of indirect taxes is the share of central excise. Please listen carefully. The share of petroleum products out of total central excise increased enormously in the recent times. Look into the next one. A total of 29 lakh debit cards were affected by malware attack. This is because of the reason the malware affected ATMs that were connected with the switch of Hitachi. The malware affected the ATMs that were connected with the switch of Hitachi, and as per the RBI figures, 29 lakh debit cards were subjected to malware attack. Right, look into the next one. ESAF Small Finance Bank was inaugurated, and this was launched at a function in Thrissur, Kerala. And please don't forget, this small finance bank as well as payment banks comes under the category of differentiated banks, and here licenses, or you can say in principle approval, was given for 10 firms to open small finance banks. And please don't forget, out of 10 small finance bank licenses, 8 pertains to microfinance institutions. So, the role of microfinance in granting small loans is well recognized by the Reserve Bank of India. World Tuberculosis Day was celebrated on March 24, and March 24 is having its own significance because of the reason in the year 1882 Dr. Robert Koch discovered the Mycobacterium tuberculosis, and he belongs to Germany. So this year's theme, leave no one behind, unite to end tuberculosis. So this is World Tuberculosis Day every year on March 24. And when you look at the global health campaigns of World Health Organization, there are 8 global health campaigns of World Health Organization. We just now deliberated about World Tuberculosis Day, and on similar lines, please don't forget, 7th April we are going to celebrate World Health Day, and at the same time April 1st week is World Immunization Week, right? So these things please don't forget. 31st May is World No Tobacco Day, and April 25 is World Malaria Day. So in April, 3 important things are there. April 7, World Health Day. April 25, World Malaria Day, and World Immunization Week is celebrated during the first week of April, right? Look into the next one. 5 cities across the country with diverse geographical climatic conditions will be the first to start plastic banknotes of ₹10 denomination. And you may have a doubt why these plastic notes are going to be introduced, because the life cycle of this plastic notes will increase. And another important aspect is Australia is the first country to introduce plastic notes, and 5 cities were selected with diverse climatic conditions. They are Mysore in Karnataka, Kochi in Kerala, Bhubaneswar, the capital city of Odisha, Shimla, the capital of Himachal Pradesh, similarly Rajasthan's capital Jaipur. So 5 diverse climatic conditions, they were selected basically to look into the aspect after its introduction. More than 4-month-old economic blockade in Manipur imposed by United Naga Council was lifted, and it is subsequent to the successful talks between UNC and the state government and the centre. And please don't forget, BJP-led government came to power recently in Manipur, and the road blockade was called by United Naga Council, and this is against the creation of 7 new districts in Manipur, as the Naga population felt that they were not consulted and the areas with domination of Naga people were divided. Subsequently, with the intervention of the BJP government at Manipur, the problem was solved. Look into the next one. Union Finance Ministry agreed for capital infusion of rupees 8,586 crore. Please remember this figure. Sometimes in examinations, figures are asked. And for 10 public sector banks, this capital infusion will take place. 2-3 important points I would like to tell you. Capital infusion means to maintain capital adequacy ratio of 9% by March 31, 2019. Banks require capital, and at the same time another important aspect is their non-performing assets are high. Because non-performing assets are high, they require huge provisionings. You may have a doubt what is meant by provisioning. Provisioning means the money which is required to be kept aside for the future losses. And when the loan becomes a non-performing asset, provisioning will increase. So because of huge provisionings from their profits, banks' capital base is getting eroded. This is especially so for these 10 weak banks. And now, to maintain capital adequacy ratio of 9%, government is giving support. Why government is giving support? You may have a doubt. Because in the public sector banks, government is the major shareholder. That's why government is giving support. So 9% capital adequacy ratio is to be ensured by March 31, 2019, and at the same time government put several conditions also. Please ensure these conditions, perform or perish. It is known as tough love. So tough love is given by the central government to the weak public sector banks, right? Having understood this, let us look at the next issue. Center has swapped chief executive officers of Indian Bank and IDBI Bank. So Mahesh Kumar Jain is now appointed as MD and CEO of IDBI Bank. Similarly, Kishore Piraji Kharat. I have given the details. Please go through them. Look into the next one. Scorpion class submarines are being built by Mezicon Dock Limited. And you may have a doubt. Scorpion class submarines. Two things I would like to tell you. One is they have the capability of launching an anti-ship missile from below the surface of water. That is the beauty of Scorpion class submarines. And please don't forget, this is INS Khanderi, INS Kalvari. Sometimes in examination you may have a question. INS Kalvari, INS Khanderi. These two are Scorpion class submarines and they are built by Mezicon Dock Limited, but the technical collaboration is from France. Please don't forget. DCNS of France is giving technical collaboration for the manufacture of Scorpion class submarines. These have the capability of launching an anti-ship missile from below the surface of water. And please recollect, last year, sensitive data related to Scorpion class was leaked in the Australian media. Look into the next news item. 3-year-old Bharatiya Mahila Bank will be merged with the State Bank of India. In fact, the merger of 5 associate banks as well as Bharatiya Mahila Bank is taking place from 1st April, and I have given here the swap of shares. State Bank of Bikaner and Jaipur, State Bank of Travancore, State Bank of Mysore. The swapping of shares, in what ratio shares will be swapped with SBI shares, I have given here. Please look into it. And there will not be any swapping of shares because SBH and State Bank of Patiala, these two are already 100% owned by SBI. So, in case of SBH and State Bank of Patiala, there will not be any swapping of shares because these two are at present 100% owned by State Bank of India, and government shares of this Bharatiya Mahila Bank will be swapped with SBI, and government is 100% shareholder in Bharatiya Mahila Bank, right? Then these 5 associate banks were established to act as central banks in those days for princely states. In fact, these banks such as SBH, State Bank of Travancore functioned as central banks for the princely states before independence. Right now, it will become history from April 1 onwards. Look into the next one. World Happiness Report. You may have a doubt. Who releases World Happiness Report? World Happiness Report is released by Sustainable Development Solutions Network. This is the global initiative for the United Nations, and here Norway is the happiest country on the earth. I have given top 5 here. Norway, Denmark, Iceland, Switzerland, Finland, and Norway is the first happiest country. And India's rank is 122, reduced by 4 points from last year. So, India's rank is 122. The report ranked 155 countries. And here, several aspects are taken. Economic aspects, health aspects, like that. Several aspects are taken. Look into the next one. Forbes magazine released world's richest billionaires. And Bill Gates Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, these are top 3. Bill Gates with $86 billion is the richest person on earth. Then Assam government has taken a series of steps to curb poaching at the Kaziranga National Park. Right here, one-horned rhinoceros are being poached for horns because these horns are used for traditional medicine, especially in countries like Vietnam. They are too costly, and that's why severe poaching is taking place. And now many powers are given, and Assam empowered the forest staff to use firearms without prior sanction. And look into the next one. At the intervention of United States of America and the World Bank, the secretary level talks to resolve the issue of Ratley and Kishanganga river projects will be held in Washington. Subsequently, some news reports stated that government is yet to finalize about the dates. Leave that apart. And Ratley and Kishanganga projects, there is some dispute going on with Pakistan. And here one important aspect is Ratley is on Chenab river, Kishanganga is on Kishanganga river, which is the tributary of Jhelum, and Pakistan is objecting run of the river hydroelectric projects. That is the concern for us. And why World Bank is involved here? World Bank is involved because World Bank is also the signatory to Indus Water Treaty, right? So these western rivers are allocated to Pakistan, eastern rivers are allocated to India, and there are some exceptions. In general, these are allocated in this way. Look into the next one. OECD report says China's economic growth is likely to slow down to 6.5% in 2017 and further to 6.3% during 2018. So, India is going to be the fastest growing economy among the bigger economies, because China's economic growth is slowing down, and 6.5% this year, next year 6.3%. And the worry for the Chinese economy is corporate debt. Corporate debt is 175% of GDP, and it is one of the highest in emerging market economies. So that is the point of worry. And state-owned enterprises, or you can say public sector enterprises, account for 75% of that debt, right? So look into the next one. India slips down by one rank from 130 to 131 among 188 countries ranked in terms of HDI. And please don't forget Mehboob Haq, the man behind this HDI, and he belongs to Pakistan, and Amartya Sen is also associated with it. And I gave the points here. It looks at 3 aspects: long and healthy life, access to knowledge, then access to a decent standard of living or income, you can say. And the top 3 countries are Norway, Australia and Switzerland. And India's position in SAARC countries is number 3 behind Sri Lanka and Maldives. And India's Human Development Index is 0.624 and rank is 131 among 188 countries, and a lot more needs to be done. So these 3 points are taken, please go through them. And the Union Cabinet decided to raise authorized capital of NABARD from existing rupees 5,000 crore to rupees 30,000 crore. At present, RBI has got 0.4% ownership in NABARD. Equity means ownership. RBI has got 0.4% ownership in NABARD, and this will be transferred to Government of India, basically to remove conflict of interest. And another important aspect is several funds are maintained by NABARD. RIDF, Rural Infrastructure Development Fund, is maintained by NABARD. Long-term irrigation fund is maintained by NABARD, and at the same time NABARD also going to maintain Green Climate Fund. These things please don't forget. Government announced credit linked subsidy scheme for MIG. MIG means middle income group. Then somebody may ask you what is meant by CLSS. CLSS means credit linked subsidy scheme. MIG, the annual income is from rupees 6 lakh to rupees 18 lakh per annum. They are known as MIG group, and interest subsidy will be given by the central government when these people are purchasing houses. That is the meaning of this CLSS or credit linked subsidy scheme. So, this is known as credit linked subsidy scheme for middle income group. 4% interest subsidy will be given on housing loans up to rupees 9 lakh, and 3% subsidy will be given on housing loans up to rupees 12 lakh. The tenure of the loan is capped at 20 years. So, here EMI will be reduced, and government will give this support basically to promote housing and to make, or you can say to enable middle income group people to own houses in urban areas. Look into the next one. There was a terrorist attack on the Westminster, and please don't forget Westminster Palace, that is housing both the House of Commons and House of Lords, that is lower house and upper house of UK Parliament, and there is one terrorist attack nearer to that. Look into the next one. UN Human Rights Council gave Colombo 2 more years to set up its accountability mechanism to probe alleged war crimes committed during the 37-year-old civil war. United Nations Human Rights Commission initially gave 1.5 years to take up credible investigation, but nothing much happened, and now it gave another 2 years. Please don't forget, civil war in Sri Lanka ended in 2009. There were reports that several atrocities were committed during the civil war. Look into the next one. 50-year-old Sonam Wangchuk from Ladakh got the Rolex Global Award, and he is one among only 10 people across the world to get Rolex Awards for global enterprise. And what is his innovation? Innovation is ice stupas. And Rolex Awards, I have given all the details here. Please go through them. And he designed this conical mounds of ice. Here they are built by using glacial stream flows and storage of water in the form of ice during the winter months, and they start melting during the summer months, basically to take care of the water requirements during summer months. These ice stupas were devised by Sonam Wangchuk. He is from Ladakh. Right friends, look into the next one. Ministry of Ayush has set up Central Council for Research in Ayurvedic Sciences. Central Council for Research in Ayurvedic Sciences. It will be an apex body for formulation, coordination and promotion of research in Ayurveda and Savarikpa on scientific lines. Ayurveda, all of you are well aware what is meant by Savarikpa. Savarikpa is commonly known as Amchi system of medicine. It is one of the oldest living and well documented traditional medicine systems in the world. And if you want more about the Savarikpa, please don't forget the National Institute of Savarikpa is going to come up at Leh in Jammu and Kashmir, and it is also known as Tibetan medicine system. It is practiced in several parts of the country, especially in Ladakh region, Sikkim, Darjeeling and some parts of Arunachal Pradesh. And this is well recognized by the government of India, and it systematically and logically understand the body, the disease in relation to the environment, right? So, this is Amchi system of medicine. Look into the next one. Indo-Nepal joint military exercises were completed at Pithoragarh from 7th March to 22nd March. 7th March to 22nd March, and Ekta Shakti Battalion of Punjab and Durga Baksh Battalion of Nepal participated. So, if someone talks about this Indo-Nepal joint exercises. They were recently held at Pithoragarh. Look into the next one. Nuclear Recycle Board is in operation since 2009 and it functions under Bhabha Atomic Research Center. So, what is the purpose of this Nuclear Recycle Board? Its purpose is execution of projects and operation and maintenance of nuclear recycle facilities in the back end of pressurized heavy water reactor fuel cycle. Rashtriya Vayoshri Yojana. This is being launched on 1st of April in Nellore district of Andhra Pradesh, and physical aids and assisted living devices will be given to senior citizens, BPL category people. So, below poverty line category, senior citizens, they will be given physical aids and assisted living devices, right? So, it is expected to benefit around 5 lakh senior citizens over a period of 5 years. We are going to deliberate this in policies and programs, right? So, with this, let us conclude facts and figures. Please do join for why and how. Have a nice day. Thank you.